Listen carefully. This may be the last honest thing anyone ever tells you. The version of you that smiles too much, apologizes too fast, explains too often, and sacrifices yourself so others can stay comfortable. That version is not kindness. It is weakness dressed in moral perfume. It is fear wearing the mask of virtue. And the world, cold and ancient as it is, does not reward weakness. It consumes it. Every day people study your hesitation, your soft voice, your guilty conscience, your desperate need to be liked. They smell it like wolves smell blood under snow. They don't call you good, they call you useful. They don't admire your patience, they calculate your limits. They don't respect your loyalty, they exploit your inability to leave. Somewhere in your childhood, someone taught you that being loved meant being agreeable. They trained you like a servant and called it being a good person. They told you not to make people uncomfortable, not to speak too loudly, not to ask for too much. And slowly, without realizing it, you became a prisoner in a cell with no walls. You learned to betray yourself before others had the chance. You became your own executioner. Last month, your colleague stole your idea and wore it like a crown while you stood there pretending peace was maturity. Last weekend, someone disrespected you with a smile, and you laughed with them so they wouldn't think you were difficult. Last night, you replayed old conversations in your head, wondering if maybe you were too sensitive, too harsh, too selfish, for simply wanting basic respect. No, you were not too much. You were too little for too long. And tonight, that ends. I am not here to comfort you. Comfort created your cage. I am here to break it. I will give you 10 dark lessons. Not pretty ones, not soft ones. These are laws, ancient, brutal, and effective. Ignore them, and life will continue feeding on your silence. Understand them, and people will feel your presence before you speak. This is not about becoming cruel. It is about becoming untouchable. Lesson 1. Kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. Stop calling your exhaustion compassion. Stop calling your silence peace. Stop calling your surrender maturity. A candle that burns itself to keep others warm does not become noble. It becomes ash. There was a woman named Elena. She answered every late-night call, solved every problem, forgave every betrayal. Everyone called her an angel. But angels and doormats have one thing in common. Everyone walks over them. When she finally said no, they called her selfish. The moment you create boundaries, people who benefited from your lack of them will accuse you of changing. Good. Let them. Boundaries are not cruelty. They are architecture. Without them, your life becomes public property. Lesson 2. Guilt is the leash they use to control you. Manipulators rarely use force. They use guilt, because guilt makes you volunteer for your own imprisonment. After everything I've done for you, you've changed. You're hurting people. These are not emotions. They are weapons. Guilt is not always proof that you are wrong. Often, it is proof that you are finally escaping. Lesson 3. The need to be understood is a hidden addiction. Weak people explain. Powerful people decide. Stop explaining your standards to people who are committed to violating them. Silence is often the cleanest answer. Lesson 4. People respect consequences, not intentions. Your standards are fiction unless they cost people something. Threats without action are confessions of weakness. Consequences educate where words only entertain. Lesson 5. Being liked is a cheap substitute for being respected. Better to be disliked for honesty than adored for self-erasure. Popularity is rented. Respect is owned. Lesson 6. Your empathy is dangerous when it has no discipline. Understanding someone's pain does not mean you must volunteer as their victim. A snake with a tragic backstory still bites. Save your empathy for those who bleed, but refuse to make you bleed with them. Lesson 7. Silence terrifies people who depend on your reaction. Controlled silence is psychological dominance. Not every insult deserves a response. Sometimes the coldest revenge is emotional unavailability. Lesson 8. Desperation makes you negotiable. Neediness is louder than words. Build a life so solid that walking away becomes possible. True independence is psychological self-sufficiency. Lesson 9. Not everyone deserves access to your softness. Privacy is power. Mystery is protection. Trust should be earned slowly, not spilled in emotional panic. Be warm, but be selective. Not every room deserves your real name. Lesson 10. Your old self must die, and it will not happen politely. The obedient version of you will beg for survival. It will call setting boundaries rude, distance cruel, and self-respect arrogance. Let it die. Growth often feels like cruelty to the version of you trained for self-abandonment. Let people call you distant, difficult, changed. You were supposed to change. Nobody is coming to save you from the life you keep volunteering for. Every boundary is a brick. Every silence is a weapon. Every departure is a declaration. Every no is a resurrection. One day, someone who once underestimated you will speak to you differently. Not because you became louder, but because you became unavailable for nonsense. Tonight, stand in front of the mirror and ask yourself the only question that matters. Are you kind, or are you simply afraid of being disliked? Because those two things are not the same. The world does not need another agreeable ghost apologizing for existing. It needs the version of you that stopped asking permission to take up space. Burn the false saint. Bury the obedient puppet. Let the people pleaser starve. Respect begins where your performance ends. From this moment forward, if they want your time, your energy, your loyalty, your peace, they will pay for it with respect, or they will pay for it with distance. There is no third option.